Zion. Sound the alarm on my holy mountain. Blow the trumpet in Zion, Zion. Sound the alarm. They rush on the city, they run on the wall. Great is the army that carries out his word. They rush on the city, they run on the wall. Great is the army.
Good morning and welcome to the Deception Watch program. I'm your host, Brian Delory, and I thank you all for tuning into the program this morning. And on today's program, I'm going to be speaking about the subject of various trials. We all go through trials. It's the lot of all children of God, and we're all going to suffer some type of adversity as long as we live on this planet. That goes without saying for every human being. But trials are particularly going to happen most definitely to the Christians. I mean, there's people, I've known of people in my life who seemingly really had no major difficulties. If you talk to them, everything is fine. The family is fine. The wife is fine. The finances are fine. The job is fine. Their health is fine. Everything is fine. But when it comes to being a Christian, because you have a spiritual nemesis whose name is Satan, you're going to have trials. You're going to have difficulties. You're going to suffer persecutions. And it tells us in the book of James, I think it's James chapter 1, verse 2, to count it all joy when you fall into various trials. So what happens to us as Christians, we enter into a trial. I mean, you haven't heard anything new on this program for several months, and that's mainly due to the fact that I was undergoing a fairly significant trial in my physical body. And so I just wasn't able to do the program. And also I'm dealing with some other trials in my life right now, on the personal level. So it's been sort of a bad time for me. Haven't really been interested in doing any programs. I really don't feel like I have much to say at the moment. I've told you before that God leads me and directs me in these podcasts. I don't have any particular desire to get notoriety or anything like that. I put these messages out as God gives them to me. And so that's what I'm doing tonight, and this is going to be a rather short one. So I've been through trials, and I could tell you all about my trials, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to do that. But just be aware of the fact that trials come to every Christian. They come to every human being at some time in their life, usually. But definitely, Christians are going to experience trials because you have the devil who's always coming after you and sending difficulties your way. And God allows you to go through these things because the trying of your faith works patience. So my word or my message to anyone listening to this program today is that if you're undergoing trials, it's nothing new. And number one, you need to place your absolute faith and trust in God and do not waver. The Bible tells us in the book of James that he who wavers is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think he shall receive anything of the Lord. So you have to place your faith and confidence in God, number one. Number two, resolve within yourself that you are not going to be defeated and that God is going to bring you out of these trials or this trial. Sometimes it's several times trials at once, like I've been going through. Other times it's just, one particular trial. God will deliver you from these trials. Now, I'm going to have to go because it's late and I'm running out of time. And the website for the program is deceptionwatch.com. You can go to that website and avail yourselves of all the information that's uploaded there. And I believe you'll find it to be a blessing. And so until the next time we meet, I leave you with this reminder to keep the faith and to defend the truth. Have a good night, everybody.
Zion, Zion.